What do I do with my hands? I don't know what to do with my hands. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today we're gonna learn how to do this soft glam makeup look. So we're gonna start with prepping the face. And I'm using the Olay Gentle Clean Wet Cleansing Cloths. Okay, then I am going to use a mixture of 2 Lauder Mercier primers. The first one is the foundation primer, oil free. I'm going to be putting a pea-sized amount on my T-zone, because that is what gets very oily. And then I'm going to be putting the Blemish-less foundation primer from Lauder Mercier on my cheeks, because we have this situation going on here. And here. Just more here. Now this one is more of a water-based, so it's a little more liquidy, so you gotta be careful when you take it out of the package. It doesn't just spill everywhere. Next, I will be putting foundation on. I'm going to be using the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Makeup in the shade Ecru 1 and 2. This is the NARS concealer in the shade Vanilla Light 2. I will be putting that.
I don't know why you guys just don't leave it like that.
Oh, yes.
That looks cool.
We are going to set that before it gets any drier with my Maybelline New York FitMe Loose Finishing Powder in 05 Fair. It's probably too light for me, but I like it. We're just gonna put that under the eyes. And we're gonna bake, people. I like to put powder here because I get oily as heck. To prime the eyes, I'm going to be putting a little bit of the same Radiant Creamy Concealer from NARS in the shade Vanilla. 1 dot on both eyelids. I feel like that just brightens up the eyes a little bit more. Then you set that with a little bit of powder. The same finishing powder from Maybelline. Blend out any foundation that may have gotten in there. And then we're going to shape the eyebrows. I fortunately don't need too much shaping. I'm just going to use the Olay Gentle Clean Wet Cleansing Cloths. Just gonna use that, very lightly brush over my brows to take off any excess foundation that may have gotten on there. See the difference already? There was foundation on there, believe it or not. Okay, so we're going to shape the brows. I just got the Diorshow Brow Styler brow pencil in, I think this is the Universal Light Brown shade. No, this is dark brown, the Universal Dark Brown. And I really love this applicator, and it has a spoolie. Okay, so my camera had turned off. So I'll go over again what I do for my eyebrows. I brush down. Can you see that? I brush all my hairs down so that I can see what's missing hairs. And then I go in and I lightly outline what's missing in my eyebrow. And then for the inner corner, you want to do very, very soft upward strokes to mimic actual hair growth. And then you're gonna get the spoolie and you're gonna blend it out. Brush all the hairs back into place and kind of shape the brow to how you want it to go. Like that. And then if you're missing anything in the bottom, you can always go in and line that up. But always use a soft hand just in case you mess up. You can erase. And then some people like to put concealer under their eyebrows to define it more, but since my eyebrows are already very defined, I don't need that. Okay, so now that that's done, wow, I really need to do my eyebrows, baby. You don't tell me these things.
Oh, gee, you need to do eyebrows.
Now that that's done, we are moving to eyeshadow. So the look I'm going for today is a soft glam. So I'm gonna start off using the Morphe M433. It's kind of like a fluffy shader brush. And I'm going to use the Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette. These shades are gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Okay, I am going to be using, I believe it's Silk Cream. This shade right here. Okay, they're very pigmented. I love, 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 love this palette. I'm going to be putting that all over the lid. And then I'm going to take the next transition shade, which is the one right next to it, called MFEO. I'm going to do the same thing, just a little lower with the same brush. I'm going to focus it more in my crease and not as much everywhere else. Just focus it on the crease. Then I'm going to take the M513 for, it's a tapered blending brush. I like this more because I'm going to do a soft glam. So everything has to be very blended, no bold, harsh lines, never any of that. So with the M513, I'm going to use, in Morphe's 39A Dare to Create palette, I am going to be using this shade on the top right hand corner. The shade on the top right hand corner. It's going to be a purpley shade. Okay, and that is going to go in the crease and the outer V. Very soft, light hand. Going to want to blend in windshield wiper motions and in circular motions, and try to use the second half of the brush to have a lighter hand. And if by chance you put a lot here, just blend, blend, blend until it all diffuses. Seamlessly, and you can use the closer half, the half of the brush that is closer to the bristles, to apply more pressure on your eye. But only do that when there is a little bit of product on your eye, unless you want a very, very dark or a very, very heavy hand of, unless you want a lot of product on your eye. Next, I'm going to be going more into the face with more into the face, more into the crease with this shade right here. With this shade right here.
So you're gonna be going more
into the crease.
Into the face. More face.
No. Okay, more into the crease with the Morphe E17. Now with this color, you want to bring it kind of into the corner of your eye. Not too much, but focus on the middle section of the crease to add a little bit of a more pinkier tone. And since it is next to a purple, the purple since it's next to the purple shade, the purple will be brought out of this mauvey pinky color in this palette. And it'll be a very, very subtle ombre look, which is never a bad thing, right?
Yeah.
He's just agreeing with me. Because I'm always right.
Yeah. Oh. I'm kidding. I love you.
I love you too. Okay, and then you want to get that first brush you used, the Morphe M43, to just brush over and blend that out even more. So there are absolutely no harsh lines whatsoever. The last crease corner V color I'm going to use is in the Jaclyn Hill palette. It is called, I believe it's Chip. This one. I always get the wrong side of the frame. This one.
Looks like Connect 4. Oh, it's like...
It really does. So we're gonna put this shade in the outer V very lightly. Don't go too deep into the crease because we want to keep this shade for depth. You're going to use the lightest hand possible. And then you're going to want to blend that out again with that same clean brush. This way, all the colors kind of start forming in here and you kind of just, no, it sounds nasty. This way you just continue blending and blending and blending using colors you've already used before. Okay, I'm going to be using, on the inner corner of my eye, I'm going to try out the STILA Shimmer and Glow Liquid Eyeshadow in the shade Starlight. I'm going to use another Morphe brush that does not have the number on it, I'm sorry. I'm going to get the shade, I'm going to put it on the back of my hand for a more precise application. I'm going to get it, I'm going to softly pat it on the inner half of my eye. Don't go in too far, you don't want to put too much. It's kind of like a half cut crease. I find this shape beautiful. And don't worry about that line going down the middle. You can blend that out with anything. Some people like to use their fingers. I personally 513 with that little bit of purple in it from before. Just want to blend out that middle section. Very softly. You can also use your finger to blend it out. That doesn't always work very well. So, with a very small pencil brush like this one, the E36, my personal favorite for the lower lash line is this Scone Smudger. I don't know. Never really heard of this brand. I got this from an Ipsy bag. I love this little applicator tip. I love it. Okay, we're going to get those two shades from the Morphe Dare to Create palette, starting off with the darker shade, very lightly into the lower lash line, and connecting it to the outer V to make it look like one seamless thingamabob. Same thing with the other eye. You can go lower, but I don't suggest it because then you will look odd. I'm sorry. Sounded mean.
Keeping it real.
Just keeping it real, you know? Okay, then you're gonna get that second pinkier shade right next to it, and you're going to blend that in halfway. You can go a little bit past the halfway mark, but don't go too far. Okay. Then I'm going to use the Morphe E36 to kind of blend that out more because I put a little bit more than I wanted to. I just want to make it look as seamless as possible. Open my mouth every time. That's it. I look like a porg. Okay, now once you're blending, you can pull it in a little bit farther past the middle, but very lightly. Okay. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm going to get the same STILA shade. Put it here. You can basically get any black that you have. Black or super, super dark purple. Really, whatever you want to use. I'm going to use the black shade from the Morphe Dare to Create palette. And I'm just going to do a very, very soft... Well, it's not that soft, but... I'm going to blend it out. I literally tapped it in once. And I tapped off the excess. We're just gonna go very softly and just blend that up little by little. Now with the excess on the brush, you can bring it in just a little bit for that little shade. Alright, so now the eyes are done. I'm going to put a very light coat of Benefit Roller Lash Mascara. Very, very light coat. Ooh! Don't poke your eyes out, please. Okay. Eyelashes are on. I used, by the way, the XO Beauty. It's a small brand from New Zealand, I believe. Exo Beauty, the Wanderlust. I'm not sponsored by them. I was interested in their products, so I bought a whole bunch of them. And they've all been pretty nice. And they're not very expensive. Now for the rest of the face. Okay, so I got the Urban Decay Naked Skin Shapeshifter and the limited edition NARS Board de Plage. They're both highlight and contour palettes. Okay, so I'm going to get this Morphe E41 big fluffy blending brush. It's a powder brush, I think, but I like to use it for bronzers and contours. I'm going to go in with the two darkest shades of the palette, of the powder side of the palette, and I'm just gonna go lightly brushing, making a light shade. That's fine. Nothing that can't be undone with a little bit of blending. Okay. Oh, this blends like a dream. Officially my new favorite brush. Morphe E41. We're good. Okay, I'm gonna get this one. Oh, look at my pants. I'm gonna get this one. The NARS Board de Plage. Sounds like Board de Plage. Reminds me of a beach. Whatever. I'm going to get, I'm guessing it's Laguna and Casino, the two contouring shades in this palette. Okay, so I love this brush for blush. I really do. It's the Luxie 514 blush brush. I'm going to be using the BareMinerals Ready Blush in the one, because it really is the one. I opened it very slowly and it didn't catch it on camera. I'm sorry. Brush the face. Okay, you want to start kind of mid-cheek, and you're gonna want to do circular motions into the hairline. Always into the hairline to make it look like it's natural. Don't know why that makes it look natural, but it does. But you don't want to get it in your hairline. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to get it in your hairline, but you want to put it towards. Okay, and I love this blush because you can build it. You can make it really soft and natural, but you can also make it like one of those bam blushes, you know? Okay, so now for highlighter, I am going to use spent $65 on it. I'm gonna use it. I'm going to use the NARS palette. The same one I used to contour-ish. I used a lot of stuff today. Kind of want to use this one. I like this brush. I'm gonna use the Morphe M438, and I'm just gonna mix And I'm just gonna mix all four, all of them. They're beautiful. Super pigmented, super beautiful. Look at that. And then I'm just gonna mix these two, the lightest two, Rivage and Corniche. And I'm gonna put that on the tip of my nose, the bridge of my nose, very softly. Gonna put that on my Cupid's bow. I love glowing. Now for lipstick. We're gonna use Milani's Adorable 10, shade 10. It's a beautiful, beautiful nude color. I love this. So that wraps up today's video. On my lips, again, I put Milani's 10 Adorable Liquid Lip. And I put a little bit of the NARS highlight on it to have a little bit of that extra shine. I fluffed up my hair, and now it's time for setting spray. Hold your hair back and spray. The more the merrier, everybody. I mean, like, don't waste the entire bottle on one look, but give it enough to just like set everything in. If you do put too much and you don't know what to do because your face is just like soaked, you can always get your beauty blender. This is the L'Oreal blending sponge, and you just pat and blend. Pat and blend very, very softly to just blend everything together, and it makes it have this super soft put together look that's just beautiful and lasts all day. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please make sure to like it and subscribe so that you can watch more videos that are coming up very soon. Bye!